What's up, Explorers? I'm Jeff from the Cloud Explorers. Welcome back to the Microsoft AI Advent Calendar, the Winter Party Exploration Series. It's time for episode 8. And we're gonna unbox box 8. Drum rolls. And for today we have assigned service quota for Azure OpenAI Service. So we talked about the service quota earlier in one of the earlier episodes where I explained the concept. We went through the whole concept and checked out what it is, how it works. Today we're gonna focus more on how to assign it, but before we do that, a little bit of a recap. So the quota feature let's switch to the desktop mode first. Yes. So first, the Manage Azure OpenAI Service Quota is the page to be when you're looking at for information about how to assign it, what it does, and how to deal with it. So coming back to the recap, the quota feature enables the assignment of rate limits to deployments up to the total global limit. So the quota is assigned on a subscription on a per model, per region-based assignment in units called TPM, token per minute. So there is basically an overall pool, which is the global quota per subscription, per region, per model combination. And every time you do a deployment, you're actually able to assign a piece or the whole thing from that global pool to your specific deployments to rate limit it. And in most cases, it is modified in increments of 1,000. Some models have slightly different, and I'll show you in a second, setup. And it will map the TPM and RPM rate limits to the deployment. So, through the let's have a look at assigning. So where do we assign them? On the deployment. So let's go back and have a look. For example, on the GPT-4, we're going to edit the deployment. Edit the deployment. Click on Advanced Options. And here you see 30K is assigned. You can change this to something else. Let's put it back on 10, for example. And save and close. And if we go back, it should be represented where it is. There it is in the capacity. If we go to the total quotas, because this is your pool for, like I mentioned, the subscription region model combination, and this page is always extremely slow. And since the pool, let's see if we can force it a little bit. There we go. So if we would look into GPT-4, we'll see that 10 of 150 is assigned. Tokens per minute. GPT-4 here, 3 out of the 40 is assigned. 3 out of 40, so 8% is assigned. Here, the turbo one is 10. This is what we've just done. And we can see actually which service and which deployment has that assigned. So that corresponds with what we just saw. So the next question is, how do we assign this program? Well, programmatically as infrastructure as code through Bicep. So because we want to be consistent in our execution. And we've actually done that, but simply didn't talk about it. Since the quota is assigned on a deployment, it is part of the deployment resource, and it is assigned in the following way. You create an SKU with the name which is standard. There is also a manual one. I'm not sure yet what the difference is. I do know that most standard models don't support the manual one, so I would assume that's maybe for manual models. Anyhow, if somebody finds out, please leave a comment below. Then I will be both hopefully a little bit smarter based on that. So the capacity is on 10. We can put it back on 30, or let's put it on 70. save it, run the deployment, and it should, in a couple of minutes, show us the quota being increased. So while it's running, I want to show you something else in the deployments, as there's a very cool feature called Enable Dynamic Quota. So what this does is it allows deployments to take advantage of the available capacity at that point. So if it is available and this deployment needs higher throughput, it will be used. If not, it will be decreased to the quota that is set, but never below it. Very cool feature, can be enabled here. I've seen the API property for this. I literally just right now try to figure out whether the enable dynamic quota is available in infrastructure code. And by digging a bit through the deployments, I cannot find it. So I assume that's a feature that's still in development and will be released soon. So let's see what happened to our deployment. It is failed. Interesting. So let's see, another operation. Yeah, that's the regular error that we have if we do a little bit too many deployments on the same models at the same time. We had this in one of the previous videos as well. So let's see if it still changed it, because usually it still changed it. Yeah, there we go. So the capacity changed to 70 TPM for this model. And that's pretty much it with regards to assigning quotas to models, both manually through the Azure OpenAI Studio as through infrastructure code, in this case Bicep. So if you like to see more about Microsoft AI, check out all the previous episodes. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss the next one, because we still have a couple of them pending. And do not forget to like the video if you really liked it, or download the shit out of it if you didn't. Thanks for watching, and until next time. Bye bye.